Welcome back to my channel, and today I would like to show you about the concept that I have in the future when there's a job class adjustment coming to the ROX in the future. As I mentioned previously, the future job class adjustment for the assassin class will boost our final attack speed from different aspect. One is from our skill, left and right hand mastery, which will give us additional ASPD based on our strength, right? Secondly, our shadow equipment in one of the skill, this one left and right hand mastery 2, it will have a double up in terms of the total speed of it. Right now we have total about 60%. If you have managed to level it up to level 2 in this mastery 2, so left and right, so we have 80% currently. So in the future we have additional 80%, right? So it's quite a decent in terms of the ASPD, so you no need to use the card to replace. You can use this and replace whatever the ASPD card that you have, right? So like I mentioned previously, I have one of the +6 accessory, and for now I just managed to do it in a +4, so I don't really rush on it. But yeah, I spent quite a number of crystal in order to get it to +4 as well. Okay, so right now let's look into my total SPD that I have right here is about 298 plus the 224, which is contribute about 520% of SPD. I take one of the attack speed, right, and AG, just slightly increase. It will increase about 10% of ASP right now. So of course there are some of the foot buff which we could consider as well, but I don't think I need to do this for now, just for attacking purpose. 520%. So in the future, let's calculate what is my future ASPD on top of it, right? So just now I mentioned there's about 80% on top of my current 520 20+%, right? So I will have 600%, right, by just having an additional 80% from the shadow equipment, right? So I should have additional I got 500 in strength over here, which will contribute additional 500 ASPD on top of it. So if you know about the chart in terms of the convert whatever the fixed number ASPD to the percentage, 1050 is contribute about 300%. So in future I will plus additional 500 at least. So I try to make it to so it's about 1500, right? The next level is 1004, which will contribute 350%, right? And next, let me do it once again. 1000 is about 300%, right? 1004, 350. So 1800, this one is 1050, 1800, 400%. So my future expectation 1043 plus 500, so it's about 1540, right? So I was in between 1004 and 1008, right? So 140 divided by the 400, so how many percent that I could have? So 35%. 35% of the 50%, so it's about 70.5%. so I will have about 350 plus the 70, so I have about 360 7.5%. So this is my future expected ASPD, just coming from the fixed ASPD over here. So let's delete and try again. 367.5 plus the 224 plus another 80. So I will have something for 1 plus 1 7 plus 1 6. I will have about 671.5% of ASPD. Is quite decent. Of course it cannot compare with the talisman, but in terms of the error speed that I would have without any cut, it would be quite decent. So something that I could further improve to get a optimal of the 750%, which is 2 sting cut, right? Or probably I could get one of the golden cut and put into my my accessory. Then I will put my cobalt card in the second elite slot. But the ideal one is 2 sting card, which you have to unlock your weapon for your elite slot. So you get about 771% if you have dark wing, the alternate weapon, dark wing. So you will automatically have the second slot of it. So definitely with this set of the combo, you should have more than enough of the total final aspect, total attack speed, right? So without further delay, let's look into the comparison. So right now I have a +4 of the gold accessory. I think it's something equivalent as a +8 of the white accessory. The only thing different is the cut. So I try to use one of the 50 level set without any marine spear, right? If you remember the last video that I showing, I have the about 7.6 mil, I think about 7.6 mil, right? In terms of DPS. So I said I will add additional 25%, then I will have additional like close to 10 million in terms of the DPS. So but today let's test it one again and see what I can get. So I try to discard this one and put into my attack speed ring, right? Okay, let's do it. So I will show one of the sample with the P pen and P damage first. Then I will convert into my gold accessory with +4 gold accessory, which will see it should be something equivalent as a +8 or a white accessory lah. So just to do a quick comparison. So previously we have 7.6 mil of the AS attack speed. Let's look how much I could get by having this set of the thing. Let it stack to the maximum double attack damage. Then I think I will reset the battle time once again. So I think 1.8 should be highest. So let's see about 30 seconds to 1 minute and what is the DPS that I can obtain from here, right? So if you look at the number, 520% attack speed is not very decent, but is okay, just not fast enough compared to 1000 attack speed, right? Which in the future probably we can see how much that we can obtain, right? So after 30 seconds, you can see my DPS about 8.7 over here, which is improved compared to what we have previously, is about 7.6. So I assume about 10% were incremental, right? 10%. Just by having a little bit, but last time I got about 480% of attack speed. Right now I have 520%. So increase about 10%. So my damage also increase about 10%. So which is slightly makes sense, right? So right now I got 8.5 lah, I will take. So it increased about 900k of the damage. more than 10%. Right, let's stop and let's go to change to my gold accessory. I cannot make it to plus 6 for sure, right? For now, I will slowly to make it to plus 5 or plus 6, then slightly update my progression on top of it. Of course, in the future, if we can put the marine spear further, but because this is a set that I use for my skill play as well for PvP, so I don't really transfer my things. But yeah, if I have the stuff, definitely I think I have a lot of the accessory, then I can prepare for PvE and PvE. Oops, I transferred the wrong thing. Fuck. No, let me transfer back. This one I transfer from here. Okay. So you look at my P attack right now, 56k. Compared just now, I think it's about 51k. So there's a big difference on top of it. Yeah, but let's see, is there any big difference in terms of the DPS? Somehow I think slightly the same, because my the difference is a P pen and a P damage over here, as well as the refinement. So plus 4 of the gold accessory is equivalent to plus 8. Should be slightly higher in terms of DPS compared to the just now. So just now we got about 8.5, right? Okay, right here I reset. So slightly higher in terms of double attack damage. Just now is a 1822, and right now we have about 1868. But in terms of attack speed, whatever, we are the same, right? If you manage to get your gold accessory, or you have the if currently you have the gold accessory with blessing and over, definitely your DPS would be more than mine one. I just have 510% of the attack speed with the plus 4 gold accessory, and while with plus 6, I could get about this number of the attack speed, or this number of DPS. About 1 minute, and we still have about, it's about 9 million. So just now we got 8.6, right? And now we should have about 9, yeah, about 9 or 8.9 to 9 million. So there's an additional 3 to 400k of the DPS difference. First, okay, if I manage to get additional 2 level refinement, which I think will further contribute. As you can see just now, it's like if I have plus 2 again, with the additional plus 4 of the white accessory. So every one level, assuming 1 level of refinement, will give us about 300k, right? So I have another potential of the plus 2 or plus 2 gold, or equivalent to plus 4 white. I will have additional 1.2 mil of the DPS. So which means definitely I will achieve the 10 million if I got the plus 6 of the gold accessory. And this one is just with the without any boost in terms of attack speed further. So attack speed we have additional 20% on top of it, right? So the number is quite decent, right? So right now you remember 8.9, and I convert back to something that I have in what I have with the current talisman. Let's do a quick comparison on top of it. Then I have this marine spear one. Okay, here, okay, I got 1 marine spear here. So in my accessory, I try not to wear any marine spear, just for the fair view on top of it. Let transfer state. Okay, so I believe right now I should have about close to 10 million on the DPS. Compared just now is 8.9, just one. But my attack speed right now I have 509 plus this one is about 877%. So 877 attack speed. It's something not achievable with one set or anything unless I further enhance my strength, convert my armor strength to pain strength. But I don't think I try to do that for temporary. Okay, let's wait for the stack, and I think 1.38 should be the highest. Let me reset. Okay, so let's look at about close to 30 seconds and 1 minute, so see how much the difference in terms of the DPS, right? So you can see right now the number is jumping around in about 10 million or 9 million something. So compared to what I have just now is about 9 million, right? But in the future, if I convert it to the set that I have just now, the difference would be no difference, right? And if you have the P-Pan talisman, definitely I think will be slightly higher in terms of DPS. So right now it's about 9.5, 9.6. Just now about 8 point, previously at 8.9, so it's about 600k of differences. So even though I increase slightly in terms of attack speed, but it don't really increase my DPS a lot. 9.5 should be something like what I have previously in the previous test. So okay, after 1 minute. So 9.5 just now is 8.9 to 9 million. So in the future, if we really get that particular job class adjustment in the future, the set that I have previously, by changing this one, you should have a better DPS, right? For now, I still cannot achieve more than 10 million with the higher attack speed right here. But in the future, just now I got about 510 or 520 attack speed, and I can get about 9 million of the DPS. Right, if I manage to get about 670% that what I target, which is additional 150% or additional 30% or boost for my attack speed, I count it as like cut it half, right, divide as 2. So I still will have 15% already DPS incremental. Just now it's about 9 million, right? 9 million times 1.15. So I will have 10.35 in terms of DPS. I take it conservative a bit. So I times 15% of incremental in terms of DPS. Although my attack speed will have additional 30% of boost from the just now, right? But let's assume like that. And yeah, so I really excited to look forward for the upcoming patch, right, from the ROX. So I believe it will contribute slightly higher of the DPS, but if I manage to level it up the things over here, it should get more than what I have right now. Oh, but just now I get the +4. By the way, I should use the +6 refinement. So there's about, yeah, probably I can achieve like 10 million in terms of DPS. Let's try once again. Just a quick one. Let's see, I just want to test check whether my character can get about 10 million of DPS. I think slightly possible. Right now I got 34k, and additional 8% of the P-Pan coming from the refinement. Yeah, let's look. No wonder just now I feel like slightly lower. Just now last time I got about 9 point something, 9.5 as well in terms of DPS, and today slightly lower. But I think, yeah, right now about 1.5 per double attack should be very decent. Let's go into it because just now my attack speed slightly increased. Oh, my food is finished, but never mind, just ignore that. Let's look by just having like that how much is DPS that I would obtain. And I think it's looking good, 10 million. So just now we said like if we change to that combo, we have 9.9 mil times 1.15. So minimum we should expect 10.35 M of the DPS. The highest 9 M times 1.3. We should expect the range of the DPS from 10.35 to 11.7 mil in terms of DPS. It will be the same as what I have currently, right? But in case the future improvement definitely is I can manage to get it slightly higher in terms of my refinement of 1 or the +4, slightly higher +6, then the new set of the equipment will provide better DPS, right? And that one just with the 660% of the attack speed. If you manage to put Sinka or whatever, increase your final attack speed, the DPS will be slightly higher again. With the current set, yeah, I got 10 mil of DPS. I already achieved more than 10 mil of DPS right now. But the only thing is that if you continue to have the plastic scarlet, one thing that you need to change also, you change this to nipple. So your DPS will be higher than 10 mil, what I have right now. Should be 12, should be up to 12 mil of the DPS, because the refinement state will give you a double it. Yeah, so still I'm not really sure, but in terms of the normal player and something that people are achievable, I think for lower refinement, Scarlet Talisman is a better idea because it will give you a lower cost in terms of maintaining. If you already have Diva Bush and one on nipple with the Scarlet Phantom, I think your DPS confirm have more than 11 or 12 mil with the 800 plus attack speed. But if you have super high refinement, you have everything have +7 and onwards for both accessory and the talisman, I would suggest you go to the another set of equipment, which is this Phantom Shadow Earring. The potential of having this one is higher than what you have in your talisman, because in the future you will get up, you confirm have 1000% on the attack speed, which is overflow, and even have a +6, you not even have the +7. So for F2P, this one is a better way to go. By just having +5 or +6, you will get about 1000% of attack speed, and you can get about 10 million of DPS already, right? If you have the similar setup like me. But if don't have, you are slightly higher or a lot higher than me, Phantom Shadow is the way for you to go. So okay, so I think this is a summary or conclusion that I have. If you are really F2P or low spanner, just go with the +6 talisman. It's more than enough, right? You can get 1000% of the ASPD, and your DPS also 10 mil already, more than 10 mil plus, right? But if you are mid spanner or high spanner, or cast player, if your 3 gold accessory and a talisman, you has +7 and above, right? +7 and above, go for a Phantom Shadow, because definitely that one will able to boost your final access speed to optimal of the 750% for sure, right? Because with the higher refinement or even with +8, that would be much more better. um if you have a lot of sting card, then you plus, basically you can go to up to 850% to maybe uh the maximum attack speed. So that's the ideal of the attack speed for double attack. I believe your DPS were a lot higher than what you having in terms of this Scarlet, right? um Yep. So for now, what I could do in my profile is trying to level it up to higher refinement, so it's able to catch up with what I have right now over here with the 10 million DPS just now. Just now, by having this and 1 or +4, I can get about 9 mil of the DPS. So the gap is closer and closer. So uh as long as my refinement lux is good in the future, confirm Phantom Shadow will be provide higher DPS, right? So this is my hope. And if you have other accessory or you have other thought, please share in the comment below, or probably you can ping me in comment below, so we can try and discuss together and see what is the better combination in terms of equipment when the job class adjustment coming in the C version of the ROX, right? So last update about the things is my poison is about 163. This is the state that I have. My P damage is about 100%. Where's my P damage? 87.8%, right? Then my P pen about 150%. Oh, if I having the pack, so I think it's about, yeah, about 100%, no change. 86 plus is about 160%. So okay, I'm using a P pen, and yep, I think that's all for my updates for my video today. So feel free to drop your comment below or your question below in the comment section below, so that I could answer you. Or if you have anything, just maybe you can find me in Discord and chat with me, right? So that's all for the video today. Thank you very much. Bye.